I have a confession to make. I've never had a best friend. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever made a friend. Every friendship that I've ever had has been because someone else made like the friendship connection for me. Hi guys, if you have never seen my face before, my name is Morgan, and today we're going to be talking about autism and friendship, which I know I cannot be the only autistic person who has struggled my entire life with friendship for so many different reasons. I've been really scared to talk about this because I feel like society ostracizes people that struggle to make friends or don't have a lot of friends. Like, people think it's weird or like a red flag or something. Like when I start talking to people and they're like, you don't have a bunch of friends, and I'm like, no, they're like, oh, bye. A big struggle that I have is knowing how to like progress a friendship, and I think that's why I've never been able to like make a friendship connection myself, because I'm very good at surface level conversation because I've self-scripted it and I have like scripts in my head and I practice it all the time, and I can hold a very good casual conversation. But I don't know how to transition casual conversation into like friendship conversation. I also can't read the situation. I don't know if people are talking to me just to be nice because that's like the socially acceptable thing, or if they're talking to me because they want to be friends with me. And there are so many times where someone is talking to me just to be nice and just to hold conversation, and I think that they want to be my friend. So I overshare and talk to them like a friend and not like an acquaintance, and I scare them off. Or the opposite happens, where someone is trying to befriend me, but I can't pick up on the signs, and I think they're just trying to hold casual conversation, and so I just keep it very surface level, and they probably think I'm being like cold or distant and not wanting to be their friend. I just can't pick up on subtle communication hints. Since I struggle with keeping surface level conversation and being unable to transition into friendship conversation, I end up having a lot of surface level friendships because I don't know how to like get the friendship going and get to know each other better and get deeper into the friendship because I'm keeping it surface level, and I don't know how to change the way that I communicate. And this leaves me on the outskirts of a lot of friendships where I'm included in the group, but everybody else in the group is so much closer with each other and I'm kind of like the odd man out. Or it leads me to thinking that people are really good friends of mine, but they don't even like consider me a friend. And that sucks. It feels awful. I made a TikTok video talking about this, and someone commented and asked if I wished I had a best friend. And I was like, oh, that is an interesting question. And it's like a yes and a no answer. I would love to have a best friend and to have like really, really close friends and have that connection and have someone like understand me so well and like have such like a great friendship connection and have someone to like do stuff with. But on the other side of it, I feel like I wouldn't be a good best friend. Like, I know myself, I know my limitations, I know where I struggle, and a lot of my autistic struggles are around communication and expressing myself and knowing when to like check in on someone and when not to, and so many things like that. And so now I'm understanding, oh, these are where I struggle, and that's probably why I've never had a best friend. And so I would love one, but I now understand why I don't have one. Now, I am a very highly masked autistic person, and so I've had, oh, sorry, my voice. I've had a lot of friendships and I've been a part of a lot of friend groups. I was a little social butterfly back in like high school, and it was interesting to say the least being an autistic female in female friend groups. I think it's a very common autistic experience for autistic girls to think that their bullies are their friends and not realize that their friends might be bullying them, because that was my whole experience. The reason that I've lost so many friendships of friend groups that I've been a part of is because I realized that they were not being nice to me. And when I finally like spoke up for myself, they didn't take it very well. Every friend group that I was ever a part of started out as true friendship, but over time slowly turned into them not treating me like an equal friend and slowly starting to manipulate me and treating me more as like a sidekick or cheerleader to them than like an equal. And this is definitely directly related to my autism because I am very easy to manipulate if you are close to me because I believe you and I will do anything for you. And on top of that, I'm autistic and I don't understand social cues and socialization. And I do or say the wrong thing a lot of the time. And so if you are gaslighting me and telling me I did something wrong, even though I didn't, I will very easily believe you because I'm always doing or saying the wrong thing. So it's so easy to believe someone when they're telling me that I did or said something wrong because I know that that happens all the time because of my autism. And so I think over time, like during friendships, people started to see the fact that I was very easy to manipulate and gaslight. And at first, they probably were doing it very innocently, like kind of just like, nudging me a little bit to try to get their way. But over time, they realized how easy it was to manipulate me, and it just kind of turned into a snowball effect where it started out as a real friendship, but after like 4 years, they didn't see me as like a real friend anymore. They just saw me as someone they could manipulate. And this has happened with pretty much every friendship, every friend group I've ever been a part of. And it really sucks to realize that. And it also sucks because you're like, what do you do about it? Do you stick up for yourself and potentially lose those friends? Or do you just let it happen because at least you're part of the group? It's so hard. And because this has been my representation of what friendship is, I've only ever been part of friendships that were not equal and that I was being gaslit or manipulated. Because of that, I don't know what healthy friendship looks like. I am unable to see red flags. And so that also definitely deters me from wanting to go out and make new friends because I know how easy I am to manipulate and gaslight, and I don't know that it's happening, but I'm scared for it to happen. So it's hard to want to put myself back out there again, Oh, I have been sitting crisscross applesauce for a very long time. Oh, and my legs and my joints hurt. Ooh. I'm fully convinced I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, by the way, but that's a different topic. Anyway, those are my main struggles with friendship, and for my whole entire life up until now, I have tried to change myself and make myself a better person and more desirable to be a friend to someone, and try to be a better friend and try to change myself to fit into friend groups. And just now, I've kind of started to accept that maybe wasn't the best idea for me to do, that I should have just been working on accepting myself and understanding myself more so that I could seek out people that were actually like me and who would be a good match friendship-wise for me, because I think all of the friendships I have had were not good matches for me. Like, I think that was like the baseline problem where I was trying so hard to be like them. And I wasn't, and I think that was like an underlying problem in every friendship where, I was the problem and they were the problem because we just didn't match up. We were not compatible with each other. So now I'm finally aware of who I am and what I'm like as a friend and who would be a good friend for me. The problem now is that I have to go out into the world and make those friends. And I don't like going out into the world. I'm 22. I graduated college last year. I live at home, in my family home, in the town I grew up in. I went to a small high school. There's not a lot of room for making new friends. And also, everybody in their 20s likes to go out to the bars and stuff, and I hate that. So I'm like, how do I make new friends? I did actually go out and meet new people like 2 weeks ago. It was a group of people that I knew from high school that I was never friends with, but I was friendly with, and we were part of like an art group, and we decided to like get together and catch up for dinner and stuff, and I got to hang out with them and catch up on life because I haven't seen any of them in like 5 years, and it was so much fun, and it felt so amazing to connect with like-minded people and be able to be myself and to go out and socialize and have fun. I felt so good. But then the next day I woke up and I was so tired. I was so mentally drained. I had like a socialization hangover. And I was like, oh yes, I remember why I don't go out and socialize now, because I feel like I can't move. And I'm laughing about it now, but like it was really bad. Like I kind of didn't get out of bed for like a week because socializing is extremely exhausting for autistic people. It takes so much out of me, and when I have such little energy to begin with, it's hard to prioritize things and include socializing into the things that I need to prioritize, because if I want to go out and socialize but I also need to like work and take care of myself, I can't do both at the same time. Like I don't have enough energy to physically like go out on the weekends and have fun and also take care of myself and work full time. And so something's got to give. And so obviously it's socializing because I need to take care of myself and I need to work. And so that also makes it really hard to meet new people and be a good friend and socialize because I physically don't have the energy for it. I want it so badly, but I don't have the energy for it. And I think that's why a lot of autistic people tend to isolate themselves. Like it's not on purpose. We are just prioritizing keeping ourselves alive and going to our job and doing things that we need to do. And we just physically don't have energy to then go out and socialize. And that makes life so hard because we need socialization. Like it's not fun being isolated, but like you gotta keep yourself alive. You gotta go to work. You gotta like take care of yourself. It's so hard. So yeah, that is my embarrassing confession. I struggle with friendship for so many different reasons. If you want another embarrassing autistic confession, let me know. I'd love to talk about more things that people don't like to talk about because I know that I'm not alone. I know that we are all experiencing the same thing and just nobody wants to talk about it. So I hope this video like made you feel more at peace with yourself and know that you're not alone, and that like socializing and making friends is really, really hard. It's hard for everybody. It just makes it even harder when you're autistic. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I think I'm going to be putting a lot more effort into YouTube. You might be seeing a lot more long-form content from me because I think TikTok might be getting banned in the United States, which is where I live. And if that's the case, then I'm going to be putting all of my effort into YouTube. So let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me, because I am gonna put all of my effort into it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!